Shreya, will you tell us a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself, your personal, your professional journey, and what triggered you to start FlexiBees?
Okay. When you ask an entrepreneur to start talking about themselves, they invariably start talking about their company. So yeah, I think that's going to be the case for me also. So I am Shreya, one of the co-founders of FlexiBees. And we started FlexiBees with the intent to help qualified women professionals return to work after a career break, or if they so choose to work flexibly, then at any point in their lives, basically. Yeah, I mean, the motivation is pretty clear. We see a lot of amazing women around us. It's in fact, this point, it's a crisis in India, the women's workforce participation numbers. And in spite of more and more women getting educated, there are, number of women in the workforce isn't going up. So that's what we decided to put all of our energy and resources behind. And two of my batchmates from the school and myself, we started FlexiBees. We also realized that along with helping solve the problem for women professionals, for which is not really just for women but also their families, also communities and societies. It's important that individuals have the ability to to work as per their own time and the way that they want to. We also realized that for businesses it could be a huge unlock, because a lot of businesses do want to hire experienced talent, but sometimes they are not able to because of, say, cost considerations. And we specifically then target small and growing businesses, startups, and SMBs who are doing amazing things, and they could really benefit from this amazing pool of experienced women professionals who they can hire very quickly and affordably. So that's where the two met, the supply and the demand, so to say, and that's what we've been enabling for the last few years.
I totally resonate with that, because in fact, when I was working with the Tata Group, and we were, and for a while I was with the HR function, we were trying to see how do we actually bring back women into the workforce. And we in fact we realized that there is a need for society at large um, to have women, especially when they take a break for maternity, is for them to be able to provide those initial foundation years for the children too. And yet there is, like you said, an amazing talent of bright young women who have studied hard, worked hard, competed in what I would call is gender
Yeah.
neutral domains till then. So as a person who juggles an entrepreneurial journey and motherhood and and home, or as whatever, irrespective, is there something that you can share by way of one very important, or one or two very important self-care tips that you'd like to share with other professionals, professional women, whatever?
Okay, so for me, I think the most important thing is that I don't lose touch with myself, because because being a mother has opened up a whole new aspect, of my personality. I never thought I would be, nurturing at all, and I find myself, being that. And so that's a whole new side of me. But having said that, I want to still not lose sight of the things that I like to do myself, and the ways that I like to relax, and what energizes me as an individual. And I think I'm quite unapologetic about it, irrespective of and despite mom guilt, which I think is something that you have to kind of square off as being ever present. But I still feel very happy and charged when I do things for my own self. So I read a lot, for example. And I spend time. I'm very intentional about it, about curating my list of books, and about doing that, intentionally taking the time out. So that's something that I do for myself. And that is self-care to me. That is self-care because it allows me to recharge. It allows me to invest time in something that is, uniquely and only benefiting me. And I feel good about that. It helps me be so much more than, to my kid also. And it helps me to be more overall. And, the other thing actually, I'm not saying that because we are on a call with Parama, but in terms of the grooming aspect of it and the all of that, I've never been very very good at it. And as I became a mother, and of course, before becoming a mother, I became an entrepreneur, and that is when it became difficult. When I became a mother, it was just impossible for me to spend too much time or mind space behind any form of care, my skin or hair or those kinds of things. And I have in the past worked in beauty. I worked with Unilever, so I do know that it's important to you know take care of yourself to some extent, even if you don't want to go the enhancement route, at least the care route. So I think for the longest time it was non-existent as my kid was young, and the business was demanding. I in fact used to just so moisturizing is something that I've very instinctively I feel I must do because I have a little bit of my skin is a little dry on the drier side. So it's something that instinctively I think my skin feels dry, starts feeling thirsty almost if I don't. So I used to take some lotion after putting it on my kid and slap it over my face and my. But I think it was okay. And then I came across Parama, and I am somebody who takes a lot of time before I try out something new. I'm not at all one of those people who are the early adopters for anything. It takes me time to buy something and to try something new and to add some complexity to my routine because it's already complex and already packed. But I think the multiple people who spoke so well about Parama and the oils, and I also the goodness of the turmeric, all those things just ticked a few boxes because I don't want to be putting chemicals on myself. I don't want something which is very elaborate. I want something which is quick, moisturizing, adds glow. So, it ticked all those boxes. And after hearing about it for a few times, I thought, okay, let me take the plunge. Let me buy. And so I finally, I think I bought your, I think it's not the light one, the face oil. At that time, the first one that I bought was the face oil, the turmeric, the core product that you have. And now I've become so used to it. I feel like if I don't put it on someday, I feel, I think that my skin cries out to, for that moisturization. And it also helps me feel good about taking care of myself. I think that emotional payoff is also there, that I'm doing something for myself and I'm not just letting myself go. So I have one on my desk at this point. That's where I keep it because I don't even want to, go somewhere. I don't even have the time for that. So I come, to my desk in the morning and it's there. And, that's the first thing I do. And then I'm sorted. Yeah. Yeah. So that would be the second thing that I do for self-care. So one is take care of my hobbies and my passions to charge myself up. And the second is I take care of my skin, to keep it from becoming dry, to keep myself looking as youthful as possible.
And it's only because there were two core things which kind of resonated with me. One was that skincare can lead to wellness, like when you talk to
Mm.
self-care. So actually there's a lot of theory behind moisturizing of the skin and how that helps to keep the collagen from getting formed, how it keeps the muscles supple, then how turmeric impacts different things. And the second one was and of course keeping all the nasties out, which is all the chemicals out, and at the same time be quick enough for professionals to use, or busy people to use, or for people who would like it but they don't have the time for the 20-minute routine or a half an hour routine or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
not that you don't think that may be a value, but it's just that that is not on your highest, those big rocks in your life. That's not part of that first big rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very glad to have found just the right sweet spot, I think, because I didn't want to also not do anything. And I'm not somebody who will do a lot. I don't feel comfortable at this stage in my life. It's not like I have never, but at this stage, at this phase, I don't, resonate with putting a lot of stuff on myself. So this is just, perfect.
Spa ones. But the whole thing about self-care and wellness, like you said, you take out the time every day to take a book to read. It needs to be done daily or on a regular
Yeah,
basis. Is when it gives you that impact. When we go
yeah,
on holiday, it gives you a feel good for a few days,
yeah,
but it kind of
yeah,
wears out. So what
yeah,
is it that you can build in your daily routine, which works in
yeah,
your body and your mind? And
yeah,
so glad this hit the sweet spot, and anyway answered the rest of the questions that I planned, which is your favorite Parama product, and I think you answered it. And look
yeah.
forward to you discovering some of the others as well. Anything else you'd like to share? I think you've pretty much covered.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that because I know you, there's a lot of credibility I have now. I don't know, everybody can't have that privilege to know the founder in person, but I because also I come from the say the world of big beauty. I think I feel so much more assured that when you say there's turmeric and there are uh, good ingredients in your oil, that they must be there and to the extent that they actually are useful, because you know how it is, people say a certain ingredient is there in your formulation and it's there only to the extent that it absolutely has to be for you to be able to claim that, and whether or not it is enough really to be able to bring that benefit which it is claiming to, we don't know. But I think with Parama, I feel confident that the degree to which you have the thought that you've put in the formulation, and the degree to which it actually has packs the goodies that you say it does, will be 100% accurate. So yeah, I think that itself is a good thing. So I don't really trust the big brands really. Having said that, I hope you become a big brand very soon. I mean, you are a brand. Actually, if going by everywhere that we know you, we know that Geeta is the founder of Parama, and everybody is all praises for Parama. But hoping for a lot more success for you as well, and I'm sure
Well,
you'll keep to
nice.
the yeah.
You probably
It's
know, being a founder, that this is founder to founder, that you always have so much of self-doubt. You have so much of the imposter
yeah,
syndrome. You have so much of, this is not happening and that is not happening, and you're kind of tearing your hair out. And so when you said all these
yeah.
words, thank you so much.